What would you say if I said that this was made using AI? Now, if we take a look at it, it looks good. It's also infinitely scalable because it's an SVG, but nonetheless, if I didn't tell you that this was made using AI, then you'd probably have no idea. That's why in this video I'm going to share with you how I'm making clip art, specifically SVGs, with Midjourney and show you my process on how to do that. So, here we are in Midjourney. I already have a little collection of images just here of mice holding flowers, which looks pretty good. And what I'm going to do is share with you my process on how I'd turn this image into a collection of graphics, better known as clip art, and SVGs at that. Now, why am I showing you this? Well, this is something that I've been doing myself over the last week. I now have a creative fabrica shop along with a creative market shop as well, and as we can see so far, I've not actually made any money from it, but I do have 57 favourites and 6 followers. So it's slowly coming along. Now, the more I progress with doing this, the more I'll also share here on YouTube. But I wanted to share my process of creating clip art using Midjourney. Now, when it comes to clip art, they normally come in little collections. Now, with me, the ones that I'm selling, I've been doing collections of at least 12 or more. So when crafting your prompts, we're going to cover my prompt as well just here. You want to start with set of 8. You could do set of 6, set of 12 as well. It really doesn't matter, but by using this at the beginning of your prompts, you're going to get a little collection of images which then you can break up and turn into SVGs. Now, in the rest of my prompt, I have a few descriptive keywords and what it is that I want. So in this case, we have set of 8, whimsical, soft pastel colours, detailed. Then we have what we want just here, which is watercolour clip art of mice holding a flower. Then we have featuring mice, daisies, soft pastel colours. I know I've repeated that twice, there's no need for that, and isolated on a white background. Now, I am going to do more videos in the future about crafting prompts because I have a few different ways that I've been crafting them, and I've been using ChatGPT 4 to help me craft my prompts and come up with ideas. But that's the prompt that created this. So now what we want to do is take this image over to here. We're going to save this image and then we're going to go and upscale it. So if we come over to here, this is Big JPEG. This is my favorite upscaler by far. There's plenty more out there, so you don't need to use this one. This is just my favorite. It is a paid tool as well, but it's relatively cheap. Now what we're going to do is just upscale this first. So we're going to click start, we're going to go to 4, we're going to click OK. And then we're just going to give this a second to do its thing. And there we go. We're now going to download this. We're going to go over to Canva and we're going to upload that into here. Now, with me personally, I use Canva for everything, whether it's my low content books, my YouTube thumbnails, absolutely everything, and I've been using this for years. That's why I prefer to use Canva. But now what we're going to do, we're going to upload that onto here. We're just going to change the background color as well to black, because what we're going to do is erase all of the background. So if we had the white, we're not really going to see it properly. So I like to do the black background, take away all of this so it's transparent. Now what we're going to do is click on this image. We're going to go to edit image. Then we're going to go to BG remover. And now we're just going to give that a second to do its thing while it's actually removes the background of this image. Now, one thing to note, you don't really have to upscale it first. I just like to do that myself, so it's a much better quality that I'm playing with. Now, if you don't do that, it doesn't really matter, because when you go to vectorize your images, it's going to become a lot better quality that way. But the process of just upscaling is just something I like to do. Now that's done, so now we're going to click on apply. Now let's take a little look at these images so we can see what they look like. Let's scroll in a little bit or zoom in. This first one looks okay. This second one looks good as well. So does this third one. This fourth one, or fifth one should I say, looks a bit odd because there's an extra ribbon band just there. This one looks okay, and so does this. So out of these 6, I'd probably vectorize 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now again, remember, if you're going to do collections of clip art, ideally you want to have 12 and above. But for this instance, for this example, we're only going to do a few. So again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we could probably upscale. So we're going to copy this 5 times. There we go. And now what I'm going to do is click on here and just crop these images. So we're going to do the first one like so. Just make that a little bit smaller. We're going to do the second one as well, and we're just going to run through and do these 5 images. We're doing this so in a second we can enlarge them. So that's the second one. We're then going to do the third one like so. Now remember, with clip art, there's so many different types or niches that you can create clip art around. You can research on Creative Fabrica to see what's actually selling. You can do that on Creative Market as well. Or you can even go down the route of searching on Google. Now, if you search on Google, you're soon going to realize just how many niches there actually are for clip art. Now, with that being said, that's all 5 cropped like so. We're now going to make them bigger. So let's put the feet right at the edge of the page like so. Let's make the ears bigger as well to there, and then let's just center on the page. Now we're just going to go through and do the rest of the images as well. So that's the first one. Let's do the second one. Let's just make that bigger like this. Put those feet right to the edge, and let's put the ears right to the edge as well, and then let's just center that. Then we're going to do the third one as well, but we can see so far these actually look like really good images. Now, is every image that you create or every graphic that you create going to be good? No, far from it. This is why you have to make quite a few different graphics as well. So where we've made just the one lot just here, you could do 3 or 4, filter through to find those really good ones. Now let's just make that a little bit bigger as well. Let's do the last one like so. Take those feet right to the edge. Put those ears right to the edge as well. Now again, with making this, or should I say, with upscaling this first, we've just got a lot better quality to play with. So that's the 5 images done. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, and that's 5. And again, as we can see, let's actually center this one. As we can see, they're actually really good graphics. But from here, what we now want to go and do is vectorize these images. So now, let me just delete that first page. Let's go to here, let's go to download, and we're going to download transparent background. Now it doesn't really matter what dimensions these are, or the size should I say, because when we're going to vectorize them, it just makes everything better. Now one thing to note as well, this box is actually, if we go to resize, 2500 by 2500 pixels. So let's go and download this. We want the transparent background. Now this is actually a Canva Pro feature as well, so please keep that in mind. Now we're going to download all 5. Then we're going to go over to Vectorizer.ai. Now this tool is going to vectorize any type of graphic that you put in it. Now this is currently free while in beta, but I doubt it's going to be free forever. So what we want to do is open this 5 times. So that's 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now we want to open this zip file, and then we're going to go to here, and now we're just going to drag these in one by one. So that's 1, then we need to do 2, then we need to do 3, like so, then we need to do 4, then we need to do number 5. And then we can crop these images again. So let's go back to the first one, Let's just take that in right to the edge. That's number 1. Then we need to take in number 2 right to the edge as well, like so. Then number 3. Then number 4 and 5. Now it's a shame that you have to do it this way, as Vectorizer.ai doesn't currently have any bulk options. So we have to open the windows one by one. Now if you have a lot of graphics, it does take a little bit of time. But there we go, that's all 5 done. Now what we want to do is go back to the beginning, just here, and we can double check the graphics just to make sure they look good. If we zoom in, we can see that now there's no blurriness again because these have been turned into a vector. So that looks good. We're going to download, make sure it's on SVG, stack shapes on top of each other and group by none. So we practically keep this the same. So that's 1. We're going to download that. We're now going to download 2. This looks good as well. So let's download. Then 3, we're almost there. Then we're going to do 4 like so, and then number 5, which is the last one, we're going to download like so, and now we have 5 vectorized graphics. So you can see this was fairly simple to do. Now what we can do is take this, upload them back into Canva like so, and then we have the SVG files which we can create things with or we can sell online. But as you can see, it's a very, very simple process. Now if we open this up, we can quickly add these as well. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and there we go. Now let's just delete the PNG versions just here, and let's take a look at these, because now these are the SVG files and they can be infinitely scaled without losing any quality. So that looks good. Whoops, let's go back one like so. This looks good, this looks good, this looks good, and so does this. So let's enlarge this. Let's take a quick look. We can see that the graphics are really great quality, and by using Canva's background remover and then going and using Vectorizer, we can make some really good graphics. So as you can see, it's a fairly simple process. You can watch this video over again and then give it a go yourself. Now again, if you're wondering where you can sell graphics like these online, you can use Etsy, Creative Fabrica and Creative Market. I recently actually made a video all about Creative Market and the process that I went through to opening a shop. Now if you want to watch that video, you can click right here.